Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Moreno Show. I hope you are feeling good as I am. Guys, there's a couple things happening in Maha, HHS, and with RFK Jr., and I really wanted us to go ahead and talk about it. So for one, RFK Jr. went on with Chris Cuomo last night on News and Nation, where he goes ahead and gives an update on the progress that HHS is doing. And I think that really, really matters. But there's also something incredibly legendary happening in West Virginia, in Martinsburg. And I really think this should be applauded. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. Also, guys, RK Jr. just sat down with Martin Knowles of the Daily Wire. And there's actually this one moment that I haven't seen be elevated anywhere else, where RFK Jr. actually gets a bit vulnerable and talks about like what it feels like to cut these 20,000 jobs, and I really, really think this should be looked at a bit longer. On the more controversial side of things, unfortunately, RFK Jr. might have said some regrettable words today, going towards the the governor of West Virginia. And I'm not going to tell you what to think, but I will go ahead and let this video play out. But that's what to expect here. So let's go ahead and jump right in with Chris Cuomo. Also, if you like having conversations like this, please like and subscribe. It really, really does help me out. Okay, check this out.
I am narrowly focused, not on politics, but on making my agency serve the American people and making America healthy again. We launched Operation Stork Speed to improve our capacity to have good, nutritious baby formula for the American public that doesn't have heavy metals or other poisons in it. We've met with the major food processors and told them we want chemical dyes out of all of our foods, that we want to reduce the sugar. We are reforming the SNAP program so that we're not poisoning kids. 10% of SNAP is now spent on soda drinks, which are giving diabetes to children, which 38% of American teens are now pre-diabetic or diabetic. When I was a kid, it was zero. Today, it's 38% of our teens, 50% of our adults. We're spending more on diabetes now than we're spending on the military budget. It's going to sink our country, and we are starting kids addicted to these sugar drinks when they're very young in poor communities. We're getting rid of that. So, we're reforming every part of the agency to make sure that our food supply is good and that we have the healthiest kids in the world, which we had when I was a kid.
I don't know about you, but healthiest kids in the world, that sounds like a pretty good goal. I like it. But I gotta share this because RFK Jr. on his Secretary Kennedy account, he shared this, right? And it was a minute and 16 seconds long.
I
But
am narrowly
he starts by saying, "I'm narrowly focused." But what I thought was fascinating whenever I was watching the entire interview, which I always recommend, don't just see the clips, guys. Actually, go ahead and do dive a little bit deeper. But Chris Cuomo actually asks him a question regarding the controversy within the Signal app, and I love RFK Jr.'s answer so much because I think it says a lot about his character. So check this out.
Bobby, I left this for last because I care about it least. But you have nothing to do with the Signal situation. But I want your observation as a student of the game for as many years as you are. What is your read on the dynamic that is going on between the Trump administration and everybody else when it comes to handling this situation? What do you see in this?
Chris, that's not really part of my portfolio, and I am narrowly focused.
Wow. I gotta say, whenever I heard this, I was like, holy smokes. Chris Cuomo really did a great job of kind of setting up the table and putting something down for him to eat. And RFK Jr. said, "You know what? No, thanks. I don't know if I want to play that game of politics. I think I'd rather focus on what I'm doing and focus on what I'm building here with HHS because I got a clear goal, and it is to make America healthy again." And it's almost like everything else is just noise. Everything else is just a distraction. Like this type of controversial story, although it is entertaining, it has nothing to do with me. And I gotta say, whenever I saw this, I was like, man, my guy, I thought this was really, really, really good. So I saw this from Rapid Response, the White House, really their quick hits sort of page, and this is RFK Jr. again in Martinsburg, West Virginia. It appears that he is in front of a bunch of teachers, educators, students, and staff, as well as the governor of West Virginia, who goes on to actually signs an important letter of intent, and we're going to talk about that as well. But let's go ahead and play out this video real quick. It's just a short video.
We cannot have a strong country if we have sick citizens. President Trump says that he wants to restore the American dream. But a person who is healthy has 1,000 dreams. A person who is sick has only one. And there is 60% of our country now that has only one dream, which is to get better. And we need to give them a pathway to doing that. And the pathway is through food. Food is medicine.
Food is medicine, and there's been a lot of controversy within a SNAP, right? People are arguing from the left, saying no, it is the people's right, so that to be able to buy whatever they want, and that includes sugary drinks, that includes bad things for you. But look at what the governor says about this, because his response is absolutely hilarious. I saw this from Cali Means, and it is incredible.
Nutrition assistance program. That N is for nutrition. It's not for nonsense.
My guy says that the N in SNAP is for nutrition, not for nonsense. That is so, so good. I thought that was incredible. So check this out. Later on, he ends up signing something incredibly important. And I saw this from their website, governor.wv.gov, right? Check it out. Governor Morrisey introduced his 4 pillars of a healthy West Virginia with complementary announcements meant to bolster each pillar. Okay. Now, I do not know. I don't know a lot about the current happenings of West Virginia. I don't really know anything about Governor Morrisey. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing it right, but other people in the comment section will let me know, because you guys never give me a break on how I pronounce things. You guys know that. Never give me any single break. But I'm reading this and I'm like, this is actually great stuff. Look at this. Morrissey's defined the 4 pillars as clean up the food. And look at this. Find purpose. Find health. Move your body and change your life. And the 4th one is reward healthy choices. So this is the posture, right? And if you can't tell, my favorite one is probably find purpose, find health, because I think that really, I do believe that's part of making America healthy again. Yes, let's eat healthy food, but I think let's also take our mental health into consideration as well. But that's also so part of it. Our purpose has so much to do with that. So I really love that Governor Morrissey is really including that as well. So I thought that was incredible. So check it out. Morrissey concluded the event by signing a letter of intent to request waivers for changes to the SNAP program in West Virginia. And I already heard that the Secretary of Agriculture has already agreed to signing these waivers. So it does look like all of this is going to be happening, which includes, look at this, prohibits the containment of harmful food dyes in school lunches and unhealthy food items for sale in West Virginia. It also includes the implementation of work training and education requirements for SNAP recipients, as well as, look at this, the Mountaineering Mile, a statewide initiative for each West Virginian to get out and walk a mile each day. Wow. And I just thought this was incredible, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. Also, if anybody's watching from West Virginia, huge shout out to you guys. I love it. Now, I also wanted to show this from RFK Jr. as he sat down with Michael Knowles. Also, guys, Michael Knowles, he's in the White House, into this in their podcast room. And I thought this was such an incredible thing that the White House is doing. They're really elevating alternative, independent media, and I love it. I really do. So check it out. RFK Jr. here is talking about the recent firings. So that is about what 20,000 workers who formerly worked with the HHS, and I haven't seen anyone else share this aside obviously from Michael Knowles. But check this out.
Just because they want to improve the government, they're not there for position. They're not there for prestige. They're there because they want to fix America. And so I'm very hopeful that we actually will be able to make a difference. I think it's a unique generational opportunity that has not happened before. And, it's hard, it's very difficult being part of a disruptive process because, there's 20,000 people who are losing their jobs, and that nobody likes that. But, at the same time, we have a responsibility to the American public and public health. And my job is to achieve those goals of making America healthy again.
Yep. There was an article in the Wall Street Journal.
Wow, there you go. I love it. Yesterday, whenever I made the video about HHS letting go of 20,000 people, I saw a couple comments, and they were like, "Mr. Moreno, how dare you not talk about how this is gonna affect like real people's lives?" And I'm like, did you watch the video? I talk about how sad it is, right? I talk about how heartbreaking it is, and like although arguably necessary, I discussed that it's also probably a good idea not to overly celebrate this. So I do love that RFK Jr. in this moment also said like nobody likes that, right? Nobody likes getting let go. Nobody likes to see their their agency cut by 25%. And although there's going to be some people out there who will like it and they will be joyful into this moment, go ahead, you let me know. All I was proposing was to have a little bit more empathy here. Speaking of empathy, I'm not too sure if there's a whole lot of it in this next clip that I will share. This also happened earlier today. The caption, I don't agree with the caption. I really don't. I think it's a bit sensational. But they say RFK Jr. tells Governor Morrissey to his face that he's fat and needs to lose 30 pounds. Now, like you're not going to hear that here, but you could interpret that. But I also don't want to tell you what to think. So you watch the video and you let me know. Check it out.
I got to know, I said to Dr. Morris or Governor Morrissey the first time I saw him, I said, "You look like you ate Governor Morrissey." And there was a lot of talk about getting healthy again. And I'm very happy that he's invited me to be his personal trainer. And I am going to put him on a really rigorous regimen. And we're going to put him on a carnivore diet. We're going to make him raise your hand if you want Governor Morrissey to do a public weigh-in once a month.
All right. So a couple thoughts. One, I'm not in the room. All right. But just from listening to the audience and their crowd's reaction, it does seem like a lot of people, it seemed like a lot of people were open in that space. Another thing is, I wouldn't have said this. I wouldn't have chosen these words. I probably would have said it a little bit differently, but I'm not RFK Jr. I'm Adam C. Moreno. All right. So we have different operating systems here. But here are some of the comments underneath this post. And here I feel like you kind of see the whole spectrum of perspectives here. Sean Farish says he caught him fat for a minute straight. This is legendary behavior. Whale psychiatrist says you work for Trump and you automatically become a troll. It's hilarious. Someone else says, who thinks he was too harsh with his words? Maybe. Right? Someone else says, honestly, this is beeping. Awesome. Make Governor Morrissey and America healthy again. I love it and support it sincerely. So there you have it. Let me know what you think about it. Did RFK Jr. go a little bit too far, or did he just edge the line a little bit? Yeah, you go ahead and let me know your perspective on that one. Anyways, guys, that's the whole conversation. And if it seemed like there were a lot of Kennedy clips today, there absolutely were. This was dominating my feed. I'm not even sure if anything else happened today, but RFK Jr. spent the last like 48 hours, 24 hours in front of like the most amount of people doing a bunch of legendary things. So I felt like we had to talk about it. So let me know what you thought about RFK Jr. sitting down with Chris Cuomo, and also let me know what you think about this kind of legendary behavior that I believe I saw, where Cuomo was kind of setting him up to get into and decipher some of this political drama that's been really overtaking all of the last like 5 days, and Democrats are loving this, and liberals continue to be outraged by this. But again, RK Jr. chose not to participate in this at all, and immediately shifted his focus and priority and attention back to his one clear North Star, which is to make America healthy again. So I thought that was really, really fascinating. So let me know what you thought about that. Let me know what you think about some of the initiatives that RFK Jr. and West Virginia governor are proposing. Let me know which one of these 4 pillars you like the most. All right, so look at this: clean up food, find purpose, find health, move your body, change your life, reward healthy choices. So good. And yeah, let me know what you think about some of this conversation in the comment section, and I will see you all next time. Hope you have a great, beautiful, wonderful rest of your day. Episode's over already? Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.